Good afternoon, friends. I'm Dr. Aajay Shah, and I'm bringing you this another afternoon live. I finish my healthy lunch in 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes, and save 15 to 20 go live every afternoon. We are talking different topics over the last few weeks. We've been talking about nutrition questions. Matter of fact, we have about 10 or 15 different questions. We will continue with answering different nutrition questions our followers have asked over the last 22 months. So the first question was, what is body mass and what is a normal body mass index? So body mass index is actually a measure based on your height and weight to see how healthy weight is for your height. Typical body mass index should be below 25. Below 25 is a healthy mass index. Body mass index between 25 and 30 is considered overweight, and body mass index about 30 is considered obese. So if you look at some of the statistics in America, 2% Americans are obese. That means their body mass index is above 30. And we all know what are the medical complications of obesity, including high blood pressure, diabetes, many cancer risks, and even living less. People who are do not the normal lifespan. So obesity definitely is a major medical issue. Obesity also has other issues, including some societal issue, some shaming, also, in terms of many other consequences. So obesity to prevent it. So again, body mass index below 25 is ideal. But at the same time, if you look at the data from centenarians, people who lived up to 100, their body mass index actually is between 20 and 22. So for example, Okinawan people who live up to 100, blue zone people, they live up to 100 and live healthy, their body mass index actually is 21 to 22. So definitely 25 body mass index is better than 27 or 30, but 25 body mass index, in my opinion, is definitely not optimal. Optimal body mass index is 22, particularly if you are Indian American, or if you are Indian living in India, or if you are Asian, body mass index should definitely be below 22 in everyone. So again, try to bring your body mass index below 22. We will have a separate talk on how to lose weight in a way in next few weeks. In the meantime, start eating whole food, plant-based, no oil diet with minimal animal products. Have regular exercise, and have adequate sleep. Do some meditation, do some yoga, and that will start lowering your body mass index to healthy below 25 and optimally below 22. So again, this question was on what is body mass index. The next question was, is body mass index accurate? So body mass index is based on your height and weight. So it's very accurate when you just based on a mathematical calculation. At the same time, many times body mass index does not reflect the true health status. There are people who are body mass index of 22, but they're still unhealthy. And that typically happens in have a lot of visceral fat and less muscle mass, less lean muscle mass. And that's called TOFI, thin outside, fat inside, TOFI. Thin outside, fat inside. And this people body mass index is below 25, many times below 22, but their body fat percent is many times above 25. And that's as having a high body mass index. So if you want to really be accurate about how healthy your body weight is, ideally you should be measuring body fat percent. Body fat percent is difficult to measure. It requires certain devices, but at the same time, that's most accurate. There are some health clubs, exercise places, and there are also some nutrition centers where you can have your body fat percent measure. There are also Amazon has a Amran device which can also measure your body fat percent at home. So again, measuring body fat percent is more accurate than body mass index, but body fat percent is at times difficult to measure. The easy way to know what your body fat percent is having a waist diameter. If you measure your waist diameter and if it's less than half in inches compared to your height, typically that means you have a less body fat percent, typically than 20 to 25%. Body fat percent of 25 or above is considered obese. So again, knowing both body mass index and body fat percent are very important. A simple way to know whether you have a visceral fat is not is measuring your waist diameter. Everybody should measure their waist diameter at least once a month. It should be kept below less than half of your height. So again, waist diameter is very important. Uh, Next question on the nutrition questions was that how much protein we need. We actually have overemphasized protein in Western world and now also in India and many other developing countries. We truly eat 2 to 3 times more protein than what is optimal for our health. Most Americans eat about 100 to 200 gram of protein every day. The requirement of protein intake in most people is below 80, below 90 gram. People who are above age 65, above 70, they may need slightly more protein. People who are in a certain athletic field or people who are into bodybuilding competitions, they may need slightly more protein. But ideally, everybody's protein requirement is much less than what we eat in America. Typical recommendation is 0.6 gram per pound, and most people will be less than 80 or 90 gram. For example, for me, my protein requirement is only about 50 to 60 gram per day. Most Americans get twice protein than we need. Protein is actually one of the macronutrients where it is proven the people who eat more protein than what is optimal, what is recommended, the longevity goes down, and cancer risk also goes up, particularly if that protein comes from animal products. Animal protein has shown to cause a rise in IGF-1 level, which has shown to cause many cancers. Animal protein actually detrimental in terms of many heart disease and including causing diabetes. So definitely we eat a lot more protein than what is optimal. We all need to eat less protein in general in America. I eat 50 to 60 gram of protein, but like I said, most Americans eat twice protein than that's recommended, what's optimal. Okinawan people live up to 100. They typically eat 60 gram of protein. So when your personal trainer tells you you need more protein, I can tell you he absolutely or she absolutely is wrong. We don't need more protein. Our macro ratio, that means ratio of carbohydrates, fat and protein, should be 70% complex carbohydrate with a whole food, plant-based, no oil carbohydrate or diet, with the 15 to 20% mono and poly unsaturated fat, and only about 10% calories should come from protein. In Okinawan people, actually, only 9% of their calories come from protein, and that's typically plant-based protein. So again, protein is definitely been overemphasized in America. We all need to eat less protein to live long and to be healthy. The next question was, what is caloric restriction and what are the benefits? Caloric restriction concept has been around for close to 100 years now. When certain protozoa and yeast and also certain rodents like mice and even less calories per day, they actually live long. Matter of fact, in mice, when calories were restricted to 30%, they'll live 30% longer. So calorie restriction has been proven to increase the longevity in many animals, and that possibly can be translated into humans also. Definitely when humans are restricted, they have less chance of obesity, obviously, and less chance of diabetes, less chance of cancer, and they'll live long. Once again, Okinawan people are the best example of people who have practiced caloric restriction for hundreds and thousands of years. The average Okinawan eat about 1,700 calories compared to American, which eat about 2,600. So caloric restriction definitely has been concept around for 100 years, a very proven concept in terms of increasing longevity. Definitely caloric restriction prevents many chronic disease, including diabetes, many cancers, and many other. Restriction is very, very beneficial. There are a lot of books written on caloric restriction. Definitely I promote caloric restriction. I try myself to eat about 1,700 to 2,000 calories. So caloric restriction is very important also. Next question was, what is standard American diet? Standard American diet. What do we eat in America every day? Standard American diet, SAD, truly is a sad diet in my opinion. That's very unfortunate diet and very not a good diet. In America right now, currently we eat about 65% processed food. That means factory made food, which obviously has a lot more saturated fat, lot less fiber, lot more sugar, and lot more simple carb. So again, 65% of standard American diet calories come from processed food, which in my opinion is the reason a lot of chronic disease, including diabetes, has gone up. 25% calories of standard American diet come from animal products, and that includes red meat, chicken, fish, and dairy and cheese. So again, 25% of calories come from animal products, which in my opinion is extremely high. Only 10% calories should come from animal products, and all processed meat should be avoided because processed meat is class 1 carcinogen. Only 10% of calories in American diet comes from plant-based food, and unfortunately out of that is actually French fries, ketchup, and lots of processed plant-based food. So truly only 2% of calories in standard American diet come from whole food plant-based diet. In my opinion, we should be having about 80 to 90% of our calories from whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. So again, standard American diet is very, very unhealthy. There are lots of books written on how to have a healthy diet. In my opinion, the best healthy diet to live long and to prevent many chronic disease and to save a lot of on healthcare costs is a whole food, lots of raw vegetables, lots of cooked vegetables with water, lots of whole intact grain like quinoa and barley, and also having 4 to 5 servings of fresh fruits. Those are the ideal whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. We should also have 2 tablespoons of flax seeds every day, and also have a very small amount of nuts, like 1 ounce, if your body mass index is below 25. So this is the ideal optimal diet to live every day. 1 to 2 cups of lentils and beans every day. This diet has been practiced over hundreds and thousands of years, and people who live long. That's an ideal diet. Again, standard American diet definitely is not a healthy diet. So we will talk more about nutrition questions on a daily basis. These are the 4 questions I covered today. This video will be on YouTube in few hours. If you enjoy this, share with your friends and family. Please invite your friends and family to our Facebook page. We post 3 to 4 times, 5 times 1,000 followers. We bring guests at least 4 or 5 times a week, and we will be bringing a special guest tonight who is actually working hard with a whole food plant-based diet from Eat to Live book. She has lost like 28 pounds in 35 days. Her diabetes is reversing. She's feeling great. I can see her on her face that her fat is going down. So we'll be doing a Facebook Live tonight at 7:30 with a special guest. So please join tonight. Thank you.